Bye.
Yeah, violin does do that in like. It helps me recording.
Oh. Oh. Hey guys. Hey guys. Don't you think you're making? Nope. So cute. It was so cute. She's horny. It was like a little
Just
boy.
finished eating.
Okay, so welcome and welcome back to Orchestra. I'm so glad to see you everyone this atmosphere. And okay, so today you're going to start with first song, but in actual program it's gonna be finale song. That's me, B, and also he made most difficult, which means we have to practice a lot. So the first song gonna be all things bright and beautiful. So it's not traditional version in this hymnal book, so it's new version. So you'll be unfamiliar for everyone. But actually, it's a very good song. So once you get used to it, you'll be enjoy it. Okay.
I can send a recording in the group chat so people can listen to what it should sound like.
Yes. Okay. So who wants music first? Who wants music first? Okay. Okay. There you go. Part 1.
Now let's see this. It looks fun.
Yeah. Actually, it's fun.
That doesn't look fun.
Okay. So part 2. Okay, so
Are we allowed to write our names on this or not?
No.
Oh,
Yes. Customize your sheet music however much you want.
Yeah, leave notes.
Don't write the letters.
Yeah, write letters, write notes.
Alright, anyway, so I think my first done and I will change to I will pass to Brendan now.
Oh, that's one. We'll start with the violins. First 4 measures, very reminiscent of last year's, right, with the pits. So let's just play through that. I think you guys' sight reading is pretty okay, right? So I'll give you 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. B flat.
Oops. There we go.
Yeah, because you guys are plucking the open string, because it like resonates a lot, if it resonates for too long, just like mute it with your fingers. Then you can do that. Because I don't want it to resonate too long, right? These are just
I hit the
pits
wrong
chords.
string.
If you can use the 4th finger on the D string to use the A, right?
Yeah.
That might help keep the resonance consistent. Okay, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Yeah, so that's the intro. Very straightforward, and the cello will join you there as well, with the bass pizzicato to rejoin. Okay, now let's see what happens when we go to the melody. Do you want me to play it for you first so you know what it sounds like? Okay. Like up to measure 14, okay? The first whatever that is. So this is what the melody sounds like, starting on middle C.
Nice stick holder.
Yes.
First phrase. So starts with 2 phrases, and they're pretty equal. And a lot of these figurations are very similar. So as the melody comes back over and over again, hopefully it will get, relatively, you'll get familiar with it. So we'll do the first 4 measures first, because 4 measures is very, very easy. 4 measure chunks is the ideal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Be sure to follow the bowing. That first 8th note, bow it separately, okay? Da da dee da dee da dee, and follow the bowing. Da dee da dee. You should end with a down bow, okay, on the C, and then you have to retake and do another down bow. Okay, it'll result in a stronger sound. Make sense? Okay, let's try it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. There's like a tie in the
Yeah,
third
yeah.
measure that might throw you off a little bit, so you have to keep that into account,
I
right?
just forget to look at it.
Yeah, this one, yeah,
Yeah.
that might throw you off a little bit, so just make sure you give enough time there, right? First beat, second beat, third beat's on the tie, so you technically don't play any new notes there. Can we try the next phrase?
Sure.
Second phrase, starting from measure 11. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is
Oh,
okay.
it's 8. Sorry.
Yeah, it goes to A. Remember, if it to avoid a lot of bow changes, try using a fourth finger on that A. That way you only need to go from G to D. You don't have to go all the way back to A. Yeah, you do need to reach a little bit. Yeah, so practice going down and then back, right? That's probably the trickiest part of the whole melody. So, but it does come back over and over again, so you'll get ample practice, right? But just make sure to, just nail that fourth finger. Get used to using the fourth. I know a lot of violinists don't like using it for some reason, but I'm making you use it now, so. And then, the rest of it has, again, very similar figures, but again, that's probably the trickiest part, so don't worry about it too much. You'll have a lot of time. Let's see. Why don't we do something where the xylophone can play, because I feel bad. Okay, we'll try the melody again
Yes, 7.
from measure 7.
No, but down?
Down.
Okay.
Always
start step.
Yeah, you always want to start down unless otherwise noted.
Okay.
That's usually should be your default. Strong beat, down bow. Yep. Okay, let's give it a try. I'll count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, rest. Okay, yeah, make sure that's it's a dotted note going to an eighth note, right? In measure, what is that? Measure 12, right? Ba, 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 3, 4, ba, ba, right? It shouldn't stay as a quarter note. Can we try it from 11 one more time? I think measure the first part of the phrase sounds good. Okay, so 2 beats from measure 11, 3, 4. 4 and 1, 2. Yeah, is that rhythm making sense? Yes, okay. Probably just need a little bit of work, right? But yeah, watch out for the dotted rhythm there. Similar figures, starting on C again, right? Measure 15. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so watch the eighth note rhythm there, right? What I would recommend you to do is mark down where the strong beats are, beats 1, 2, 3, and 4, so you can understand how the eighth notes fit, right? I'll use the piano as another example. Going from measure 15, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Right? It's kind of a lot of syncopation. But again, like, just kind of, sometimes what I like to do is like mentally remove the tie. What would it sound like without the tie? I'm particularly talking about measure 17. It's really just, eighth notes if I remove the tie. Right? So eighth notes, we all know how to play eighth notes. Now you just add a tie in the middle. Right? Does that make sense? So that's a practice method I use sometimes, is I eliminate any ties so I can understand how the rhythm works, and then the ties just branch certain notes together. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's try it one more time, then I'll move back to that side. Let's go from 15, okay? So 2 beats. 3, 4. 1, 2, guys, the hardest part is probably the first two measures. That's like part of the introduction melody. The intro melody starts in the flute and then it moves to the clarinet. Like I mentioned before, clarinet and flutes, they blend very well together. So they're usually used like that, like call and response, they're played together. But that's probably the most tricky part. Everything else is pretty straightforward. Oh, you guys also have a melody line over here. So this second section, sorry if I move that to the side, yeah, that's a melody. So those are probably the most important parts that I want you guys to focus on. Can we take a look just from measure 5? You have a D in measure 5, I believe, starting from here. Are you guys able to play that D? Let's look at, again, that first phrase, your first phrase. So while they have the melody, you guys have, yeah, D, E, F sharp, and then back to D. So I would like just to hear those 4 sequence of notes. See how you deal with it. It's mostly in stepwise motion, right? So you keep in mind those notes. Yeah, definitely watch it for the F sharp, right? Remember we have a key signature here of 1 sharp. So you want to keep that in mind. Anytime you have an F, you should automatically, think of that as an F sharp, right? Good. Okay. What I would recommend for you, right? Definitely get comfortable with some of those notes, like going from one note to the next, and then try playing it in time, right? If you have access to a metronome, that would probably help a lot, right? Just you can get metronome apps on your phone very easily, so just try to keep a steady beat, right? Let me see. How do we feel about trying small fragments of it together?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay, good. So we will start from here. So ignore this for now. Let's just start on there. Pretend that, we're just going to start from there. So we're going to start from measure 7. Okay? So we're going to see what happens. Let's see if it works. Okay, let's try from there. So the violins are going to play the melody, and you guys are going to play your sustained notes, and the xylophone is just going to do what the xylophone does. Okay, so I'm going to give 2 beats as usual, okay? So ready? All right. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, off. Okay, not bad.
I forgot we were playing here. I thought we were playing. So
I
I was so ready.
You don't
make sure
register
you're
it.
No, I
you're
forgot-
starting
I
from
forgot
measure
that,
7.
yeah.
Okay, but that was a good start, right? Hopefully you can sort of hear, most of the pieces, what it happens is there's harmony and then there's melody, right? So you guys have a sustained harmony there, right? And then you guys have the melody. And sometimes it'll switch. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. So for measure 49, we have, where is it? Yeah, here. You have that same stepwise pattern and then going back, right? Notice that you do have some sharps to worry about though. So just keep that in mind as you go through these. But it's the same motion. Yeah, using the 4th finger might be easier too again, because it avoids that awkward bow crossover. So you guys get used to the 4th finger, right? Again, violinists don't use it that much, so now's your opportunity to get used to using that. And then the next page, again, the next 4 measures, again, have a very similar melody. Let's hear that one. 3, 4. Yeah, so that one needs a bit more of a crossover, right? I'll suggest don't linger too much on that low C bottom, and just it's a really brief, and then just go back, right? Because I know it's a tricky interval, but don't linger on it. Otherwise, you are going to get stuck, and then the crossover is going to be tricky. So it's rather brief, okay? So that's for that part. Okay, let's try that again with the xylophone now. Let's give it a try, see what happens.
Okay.
3, 4.
You have to skew 1 string here, so you have to move so fast.
One way you can practice is just practice da da-dum. Like, play the first two notes, da-dum, and then,
Okay, sorry.
yeah,
Just see.
practice the first two notes, and then, like, practice landing on that B, yeah. 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, not bad. I actually want to look at the very end
Very end.
because I just want to see what happens. Starting from measure 73.
73.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Reason being is that all the parts in that part are playing together. You guys are playing the same rhythms together at measure 73. It should be all half notes,
Okay,
right?
so Tina, this one, because we have the flat E, you have to use 4 finger here, and so it'll be tricky. So just
Yeah, you can't use
it is just put the third finger as yes,
On
and
here.
then just attach the 4 finger.
Girl.
Like pretty.
It's
attached.
quite close.
Just but put together. That's the E flat. Yes.
Can I hear you play the E flat?
Oopsie.
Yeah, exactly. So practice going from D with your third finger, right?
Ooh, that
D.
At least you have the mark. So.
And then the E flat is just like, it tucks right next to it.
Ooh. Look at this. Look what they're making me do. Look at that.
Keep doing it. 3 beats, and then you guys come on the 4th beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
So the boring.
Yeah.
So maybe you have to change it.
When you have a long bowing like that, you will have to change it. But try not to change it at the same
Noisy
time as
pause.
anyone else, because we need to create the illusion that it's one sustained note, right? So
Oh.
change just
So
whenever
when she
you
changes
can.
it, I have to change it at like a different time.
Change it whenever you can. It's
Oh.
called staggered bowing, right?
Oh, okay.
So
Can we do that part
it can
again?
be everyone's different.
Yes.
Oh.
Can we do that part
Yeah.
again?
Because if everyone changes it at the same time, it's going to sound like a new note. We need to create the illusion that it's one single
Oh,
note
okay.
tied, right?
Oh.
So let's just try that actually. From here,
Okay.
right?
The 75.
Actually, you guys might want to slur that note.
Okay.
I think that would make sense. So it would be down bow, da da dee. Yeah, and then you can stagger.
Sorry,
Preferably
that's really bad, but-
ending on a down bow, like at the very end. But let's just try it as an exercise right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, something like that, right? Try to make the bow changes as smooth as possible, right? You need to really have a very
Yeah,
steady
let's try
hand,
that again. Yeah.
right? You can't just.
Oh, I was
kinda
using the
rush
wrong bow.
and you don't need to be too loud here, right? This is where the piece starts to wind down. If you need to retake the bow, do it. Like, don't be afraid of retaking the bow. Just keep it moving evenly and as smoothly as possible. Yeah, because you want to maintain that sound. Yeah, if you listen to the sound, right, you want to keep it as even as possible. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So yeah, so don't torture yourself by just doing one bow.
No, I
because
feel like this would
that will be tricky.
works.
Okay, let's try that again. So 2 beats. 3, 4. And off. Yeah, off. See what happens. Let's see if it works. Is the camera on?
Yeah, it's always.
Oh, I'm like right next to it.
That's definitely on the video.
I do this to myself.
But it's